What is up? Welcome to Weeb's Guild. We're doing our weekly My Hero Academia chapter review. We're doing chapter 314, The Beautiful Lady Nagant. Jose, I'm in love with Lady Nagant. I gotta say,
Dude, you called dibs, so I must respect
she
the
is
dibs.
so good. I'm not even joking. Like, I knew, we said last time that there's no way she's out. There's no way
Yeah,
she's out
no way.
right now because she's just set up to be too good. And I think we touched on that she was potentially like kind of did the dark underside belly because she's like, oh, I don't like this world, you know?
Yep.
And we do find out to be exactly true, where she is basically, you got the heroes in the spotlight, you got the heroes in the shadows, and ooh.
Yeah. She briefly brings in the vigilantes. She talks about them, and then she talks about how everything's kind of a false sense of like everything is clean, everything is beautiful, but you don't really see that someone's actually out there taking people out.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just wild that basically we get this confirmation of where it's like, not all glory going on here, because especially she's from the she kind of talked about the vigilantes from the side of when it was first, like, before there were heroes, there were vigilantes. And then
Yeah.
when we got heroes, we needed somebody to kind of keep in line these messy sort of things that, might not look well to the public, that it will make them lose trust in these heroes. And that's basically what she did. She was basically an assassin. So she was kind of like Hawks before Hawks.
Yeah, very much so.
Mm.
And I like the one image that, or at least the panel where like all the little kids are like, "Oh, Lady Nagant, I like you," and she goes to shake the kid's hand, but then she sees blood and pulls away.
I love this kind of like, I do like this kind of, I don't know if you call it a trope, where it's like, where there is good, there's always somebody kind of picking up the shitty parts of it, and you kind of
Yeah.
forget that, where it's like with My Hero Academia, I feel like is as the main series at least, we've seen pretty much like, oh, it's just this perfect utopia. Isn't it just so great? We
Yeah,
got all the heroes going around. It's all
happy-go-lucky,
corporatized.
you have heroes. But I love the fact that he's bringing the underbelly of it. There's the heroes that have to do the dirty work. She clearly had to take care of people, take people. She had to take heroes out.
Well, that's one of my favorite parts. Obviously, not the taking out the heroes, but
Mhm.
my favorite parts of Vigilantes was we get to see the kind of more day to day, where it's like it's not this grandiose, perfect thing. We get to follow Naruhara, which is a city or a town,
Yep.
but it's like we get to see just what a regular place is looking like. It's run down. It's got its own problems. Not everything is so grandiose, world ending. And then we get to see this, where it's like, ooh, even the grandiose like hero thing has some shitty people in it. Really does.
Yeah, very much. I was just like, ooh, fuck.
And they
Like,
show that Lady Nagant, same thing with Hawks, is basically taking in this kid. Like, she,
yeah.
same thing, as a kid, promised this wonderful life of being a hero, and then they just basically train her to do these horrible, horrible things and clean up their
She's
mess.
literally the cleanup crew.
Yeah. And even to the point where it's like, when she decided to become a villain and take out what is her boss, they
Yeah.
even lied about that to the public. So
Yeah,
that they don't know.
she straight up tells Deku, like, look, they would rather keep this perfect image than let you know what really happened.
Yep. Which is very interesting. It's a great point. And it's like, I kind of didn't like Deku's response to it, where it's like, he's still just kind of like, oh, well, we'll fix it. We just got to reach out a helping hand. It's like, you're so naive. So naive.
But that's part of his character. He's a young kid who's naive, who's clearly he's seeing everything, but because he is our main character, he's supposed to be this grandiose, great hero that's never supposed to be like, never supposed to waver.
Yeah, I get it, but it was just like, I kind of hate when it's like they're basically told it's like this thing they've never heard before, which obviously it gets touched on later that like Deku is processing it as he's going, even like taking all that information in. But it's like he's told that there's this whole other side that he never knew about that's like horrible, awful. It's like, oh, well, we'll fix it eventually. We'll just, and I'm like, that's such a boring like answer,
Yeah, but it's in line with his personality. Like, he just wants to fix everything. But I like that last bit at the end.
Yeah, so speaking before that, there was one of my favorite parts since the time skip, my favorite panel like action that I've ever seen happen this chapter, when Deku obviously has Lady Nagant grabbed in the air, and her rifle is out like this, and she's like, I'm not out yet.
Out
she
through the elbow.
brings it back, turns her elbow so it comes out the other side, and then reshoots it. I was like, that was so badass. It was just like, oh, your rifle's pointed this way, you can't get me with it. And she's like, oh yeah, it just retracts it and turns it the other way. I was like, dude, she is so awesome. She is so good.
200 IQ.
Yeah, and it's like Deku is obviously incredibly crazy as well, because he's like keeping up with her and like even like predicts the trajectory of stuff. But she is so like, I love these characters like Hawks, where it's like they were basically raised on like this street level to do these really horrible things, and so now because of that, like they're incredibly intelligent. Like they know.
Yeah, they're streetwise almost.
Yes, and they know how like she is recognizing, when she's fighting Deku, is like, oh, he's really good, but he's also like really stressing himself to pick up all of these things, and that must be incredibly hard in his mind. And that's when it leads to, is like, well, I'm going to make it even harder for him. And I got lost at this part, Jose. I wonder if you can.
Is it the bullet?
Yeah, well, not the bullet like that sticks out of the wall. Is it a speaker? So she does something at the very end where she says she's gonna make him think even harder, and then she does something with her arm, and I could not tell what she just did right at the end there. But then we do see like Chisaki, stands up, is like, "Oh, are we done?
After
Let's go."
she shoots him back.
It's the last
like
action
pushes him
she
off.
does. And I was like, I don't know what just happened there, but it looked cool,
So from my understanding is like she shot something and she can personalize the bullets and kind of make him to what she needs him to be. She might have done something where like she could project her voice or a certain thing to constantly keep Deku at like, oh no, I hear her back here, or I'm hearing this.
What I'm talking about is like, so Deku is rushing towards him at the end, and I just am looking at the panel, and then she's like, I will increase the mental burden, and she's doing like a sweeping motion with her arm, and it looks like a cannon, and then all of a sudden Chisaki just stands up, and that's it. So I don't know if she did something, or if she...
maybe she's aiming at Chisaki, making Deku want to have to save him.
I don't know. I kind of took it as the game plan. That's why I'm confused on what she was doing. Maybe someone in the comments could let me know. Whereas, like, the game plan was for her to make Chisaki stand up, because now it's like Deku's going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Overhaul's here? Like, what the? Like, that's the whole game plan. That's why it's like, I don't know what she just did right there.
Yeah, maybe. I'm assuming maybe she changed her target to him, and like she's going to kill him, and Deku's going to have to go out of his way to go save him, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I just feel like she wasn't trying to do. Oh, I maybe get what you're saying. Maybe she like pointed the gun towards Chisaki, so he was like, "Oh shit, where's she shooting?" And so he looked that way. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm just confused on that one panel there, and obviously it's a manga, so it's a little hard for me to tell what's happening. But I mean, Lady Nagant, she's a badass. She's so good.
Total
and I'm
badass.
so glad she's not just going down instantly. Like
I like how we see her in her old costume too. Her old costume was dope.
Yeah, it was really good, and you kind of see like she's been fucked over by the Hero Society. She really has.
Oh,
like, she was
very
promised
much.
one thing, forced to do horrible things, and she was fucked.
Seen the underbelly of it all, and she can tell that it's all fake. It's literally like Stain almost.
Yeah, yes. It's kind of a less public Stain. Like Stain went kind of like the public route where he was gonna like make everybody not want to be real heroes. She was doing the underside of it, where she eventually figured that out and was like, ooh, well, I'm already an assassin, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep doing that.
Yeah. All in all, I still think this is a great chapter,
so
and
good.
He's just on fire still.
So good. So yeah, like I said, Lady Nagant's just amazing, and I hope she gets to stick around and do some more, whether that be as a bad guy or as on Deku's side. But who really knows?
Who knows?
Yep. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see for chapter 315.
Yeah,
I'm
excited.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Let us know what you thought. Of course, if you can explain that mystery panel right at the end that we were talking about, please let us know in the comments down below. Chisaki's out of his mental state, so I don't know what exactly he's going to do. Obviously, it's a shock to Deku, so that's going to be super interesting. And of course, as always, guys, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and then follow us on Twitter at The Weebs Guild. And if you'd like to discuss even more, we do have a Discord now. So I'll leave a link to the Discord. You can join us there. We're always in there talking and just absolutely shit posting. So be sure to check out there, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.